All right, thank you all again for joining us here. Welcome to Tech Tuesday. We're going to cover MyConnect. We're going to specifically cover the profile section and the web builder section, and we're going to even show you how to build a web page. Let's go ahead and get started here. Okay, so everybody knows where to go to log in, right? You always go right here to myconnect.bhhsdrysdale.com. That'll be the easiest way for you. And go ahead and adjust this. Okay, so once we are logged in here, this is what you're going to see. You're going to see this profile section. Right up here in the corner, you should have your image. Everyone should have an image. If you have an image like this, a broken image or an image that is not fitting the entire length of this circle here, I'm going to also show you how to adjust that. You can easily go into the Document Center here. You will look under A1, and we're going to look for Quality Seal. Look for that Quality Seal. It's going to be about halfway down here. But the Quality Seal for your agent photo. That way we can always make sure that we have some type of photo in there until you have time to get a professionally made photo. All right. So here we go. We click on our image. Then we go to Profile. All right, and here we are looking at our profile section. And you will notice that some of this is already filled in. And what is important is to scroll down through this whole thing and see the areas that are not filled in, and the ones that aren't, go ahead and fill those in. Okay? Do you want your home worth widget to be on there? Every agent does. Every agent should. So that way somebody comes to your website and they can easily find the value of their home. And it might be a good opportunity to present a good lead to them. Okay, if you have a team website, this is where you would adjust if you want to show the team website or not. The first name, last name, parent office will already be there. You don't have to worry about that. Fill in the street, the city, the state, the zip code, all that good stuff. Make sure this is all filled out, please. Make sure you have at least a business phone, or make sure that you have a mobile phone. Now, if your mobile phone happens to be the same as your business phone, then I would say you don't need both of those in there. You don't want somebody going to your website and seeing both of those and seeing under your business number and your mobile number that they are the same. Let's keep it clean. Let's keep it short. If you have a fax, go ahead and throw that in there. If you have a cell phone, and I'm sure all of you do by now, let's go ahead and make sure that this section, the SMS phone section, is filled out so that way leads can be texted to you. And you will also need to fill out the SMS carrier, whatever your carrier is. If you have any questions on that, please let us know, and we will make sure that we dive deeper in a future session here. Okay, if you have another phone, go ahead and add that in. Your email, always make sure you have your BHHS Drysdale email in there. And if you have a secondary one, go ahead and throw that in there. Now, if you do not have a picture in the upper right corner, as everybody should, but if you don't, all you need to do is focus on this picture section here, and you would attach files, find a file, and voila, there it is. Now you can adjust this, you can crop this inside of MyConnect, but that is why we already have this logo preloaded for you. All you have to do is throw this in there, make sure that this is in there until you get a nice professional headshot. Okay? Now obviously after you put in that picture, you would just hit save. If you're done, you would hit save and close. But we're not done yet. Now, in your About Me section, if you would like to edit this, you just go ahead and click anywhere inside of this box, or you can click the little Edit tab here, and this will take us to where we can edit the About Me section. Please make sure that this is filled out as much as possible. There's a lot of great things that you can add here. This goes right onto the front page of your website. So it's very, very important to have as much of this filled out as possible. I love hyperlinks, so I always add hyperlinks in here. I want to make it easy for everybody to get to any link that I want them to go to. Of course, even though they're already on my website, just as a little taste here, I just wanted to show everybody how easy it is to add some of these hyperlinks. And it's literally just highlighting whatever text you want to create the hyperlink for. You'll notice we have this little link here. All right, it's a link. We click on that. We throw in our URL, whatever that might be. And in this case, obviously it's going to be techsupport.bhhsdrysdale.com. And right there, click OK. And now we have a hyperlink. There's also images. There's a lot of cool stuff in here that you can do. So go ahead and take some time when you have some time and try to get this area filled out as much as possible. You can throw in photos. You can throw in YouTube videos. You can throw in a lot of great stuff here. So I just want to remind everybody to have your About Me section filled out as much as possible, because this is where clients and your potential clients, anybody going to your website, this is what they're going to see. This is a great way to introduce you to the whole world, to the World Wide Web. All right. If you want to throw in a YouTube video here, all you would have to do is grab the URL. So you would go up here. Let's say we go to YouTube. Right, we're going to throw in a BHHS Drysdale, and we'll just pull up any of these videos here. Find whatever the hyperlink is, right? I want to show one of these. You just take that hyperlink there, copy it, and throw it on in there. All right. Now, the alternative way, the way that I really do it, is I will go here to the share, where you can also put in that hyperlink there too. But you can also embed. You take the embed code right here, the iframe, take that whole thing, highlight it, copy it, and paste it in there. Okay. So I just wanted to show you all that. Let's go ahead and keep scrolling down here. Your time zone will already be filled in for you. Okay, go ahead and make sure if you have a birthday, go ahead and put your birthday in there too. Your license number should be in there. Generally, when you're hired, your AC already had that in there. So most likely it's already in there. If you happen to speak any languages other than English, go ahead and throw those in there. Take a look at all of these choices that you have. And if you find that there is one missing, we can always add that in there for you. Okay? Now we go down here, your designations and your certifications, excuse me. And make sure that those are properly checked out, which I don't have any here, so that's why that one isn't. Your professional title will be Realtor. You will be a Realtor, and generally that will already be filled out for you too. Okay. If you have a banner that was made for you, or if you'd like anything to show up at the bottom of any emails that you send out through MyConnect, this is where you would want to edit that section. And you'll notice it looks similar to the About Me section. It's not exactly the same, but it does look very similar. I would try to keep this short and sweet. Once again, I have hyperlinks because I love hyperlinks. I'm all about the hyperlinks and adding them in there. So make sure you have that in there. And the hyperlink, I would think, should always lead back to your website. All right. I cancel out of that. Social media, if you have any social media, make sure you put those in here. If you find a social media that you have that is not in here, please let us know, and we'll add that in there for you. All right. So there we have just a brief look at the profile section. Please go in here and make sure that this is updated and that this is filled out as much as possible. It's very important to do that. And it only takes a couple minutes. Okay, after you've finished all of this, you've made all of your changes, all you have to do is save and close. Right? I'm not going to save and close this time. I'm going to cancel. Okay, I'm going to go back to home. Now remember, we never use this back button. We're always going forward here at Drysdale's. So if you happen to go to your calendar or to the company calendar, but you want to get back to your home, instead of hitting the back button, just go click on home, my home, and now we're back at the main screen here. All right, so now that we're here, let's go to our web builder. Unless there are any questions, I'll check the chat room, take a sip of coffee, and if there are no questions, we'll keep moving right along. All right, so let's move on to the web builder portion. So again, we are back here at our home. Always start here, and we are going to click on web builder. This is going to take me to my customized website made specifically for me. You'll notice right now you can do a few things, but one thing that you cannot do is, give me 1 second, folks. Okay, sorry about that. I do apologize. Okay, so right now we are on my website. My hyperlink to the website, let's get rid of that, is techsupport.bhhsdrysdale.com because I have not purchased a vanity one. So, okay. So now you'll notice you have this little arrow here. So we are not in edit mode right now. Okay. Let's go into edit mode. We're going to click on this arrow here. That takes us into edit mode. Now you'll see we have a few choices here. We have our settings here. We have some drafts, notifications, and the options. Let's start with settings. Okay, now from the settings, we can go in to change layout. This is going to change the layout of my website. And you have right now 4 choices of what your layout can look like. All right, so here is number 1. This one looks just like our main website. I would like mine to look a little bit different. So I'm going to go ahead and either choose layout number 2. Layout number 3 looks really nice too. And then, of course, layout number 4. So layout number 4 will show my photo there. Make sure the photo is in. That's all you need. I'm going to go ahead and choose layout 2. But first, I'm going to preview it. I want to see what this is going to look like. And you know what? I like that. Okay. So now that I've previewed it, I go back here. And now I'm going to go to number 2 and select. I have successfully changed my layout. All right. Love that. Okay, now that I've changed my layout, I'm happy with it. It looks great. I did want to let everybody know here that if you have solds or if you have active listings, they will show up right next to your About Me section. If you do not have solds or if you do not have any active listings, that is why the tab will not show up here, as in the case of mine. Okay. Scroll back up to the top. Let's go back into settings. Let's look at manage my active listings. Now, obviously, I don't have any active listings, but if I did, then from in here, I could actually choose which listings I want to show to the public. Now, in theory, obviously, you would most likely want all of your active listings to show, But if you are a member of two different boards and you look under your active listing section and you see two of the same property, you can always hide one of those. So I think that's really the only value of not showing your listing here. I'm going to move on, manage my sold listings. And this will be the same thing. So if you only want to show certain sold listings in this area, you will do it. Obviously, I have no listings, so that's why I'm unable to choose which listings I want to show or not. But you can always come in here. Any changes that are made can always be reverted back to the original. So if you have any issues with that or any problem with that, you can always contact your AC for help. You can also contact us at support@bhhsdrysdale.com. We'll be more than happy to help you with any of these technical problems that you have. All right, so we briefly covered my active listings, my sold listings, and we can also do manage home flash. Okay, so I'm going to go back. And clicking on this Berkshire Hathaway Drysdale Properties text will always take me back to my website. Make sure I'm in edit mode. You'll know you're in edit mode when the arrow is pointing to the left. Back into settings. So under Manage Home Flash, if you wanted to change these pictures, you can. I would be very, very careful about doing that. If you want to consult with us before you do that, that's fine. That would be great. We want to make sure that these photos are yours. So either they're photos that you paid for, they're photos that you personally made, or they're royalty-free photos. And you can always look up royalty-free photos, and you can make sure that there's no copyright issues or that you're not going to get a cease and desist letter. Okay, one easy way to really do that, you can start here at Google. I'm going to type in real estate. That's going to take me here. I'm going to go to images. All right, and then under the images, we're going to go to tools. Now from here, I can select what size that I want, and this is the most important, the usage rights. Make sure that it's labeled for reuse, okay? It's very, very important here. So again, make sure you have royalty-free, and or go ahead and purchase your own photos, or you can just stick with these pre-created photos that are already in there. And at any time, you can always go back to these photos. So I really like that. Wanted to show everyone that fairly quickly. And here you can add a new photo. And then if you wanted to remove that, you can just click on remove, and it'll go back to the preloaded photos. It's beautiful photos we have in there. Okay, so we've covered the settings area. Let's go ahead and create a web page. All right, so I can do two things here. I can create a new tab. Let's do that. Okay, you can create any new tab. Actually, I'm not going to create the new tab yet. What I'm going to do is create my page, and then I'm going to put that tab somewhere. So to create a web page, this is where you start. You go to the options. You see three little dots in the upper right corner. Click on those dots and click on New Page. Choose your layout. Make sure that you name this. The name here is very important because this name is going to show up. So I'm just going to do Trends for Greg. And I'm going to choose my layout here and create. All right, once this is created, I am going to try to edit. And you'll notice you're clicking, nothing's editing, right? You can't change any of this text. Well, how do you do that? Here's how you do it. You go back up to these three dots to options, and you edit. Click on the edit there. And now when I click on any text, I see I have now all of the power to edit. All right. Now what I'm going to do, what I want to do is I want to show Greg some trends. So I'm going to give up trends. That's supposed to be trends for you. Okay, and once again, it's all about finding these codes, these embed codes. So I have already an embed code that I dragged, or I copied, I copied this from Trend Graphics. So you can go into your Trend Graphics account, and then after that, you will create a graph. You will have a two-step process to save that graph to a web page, which is what I did. I've grabbed that code, I've copied it from a Word document, and now I'm just going to paste it here. Okay, it's going to look like this. You're going to notice, oh, it's just a bunch of text, just a bunch of code. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to save. So I'm not going to exit out of here. I want to save. Make sure you save that. Now, once it's saved, it'll look like this. So it'll look properly. Okay, so here I've dragged this from Trend Graphics. So anyone that goes to my site, they can look at some of these awesome graphs that they have in there. And then what I want to do is take this URL up here. Well, first we want to publish. So even though we saved it, it is not published yet. So let's go ahead and go down here. Again, we go back to the options, and we can publish. Right? And then I'm going to take this hyperlink. One of the most important things here at this step, page is created, but where do we put it? So I'm going to take this hyperlink. I am going to highlight it, copy it, and then it's all about where do I want to put it. I want to create a new tab. So you have this plus, right? So I can put it under my links, I can put it under communities, I can put it under any of these things, but I want people to go right to it. All right? I want this to be a tab that people can just go right into the Trend Graphics. All right. So first I'm going to label it Trends. I'm going to link to, this is where the hyperlink goes in. Most important, right there. Okay. Where do I want to put it? Now, if I had things under here, I might be able to say, okay, I want to put it under my links, under communities. You can do that. In this case, I'm just going to put it right there. Now, open type. Do I want it to open in a new window, or do I want it to stay in the native? In this case, I'm going to go ahead and click on native, and I'm going to add. All right, and now you will see the trends over here. And these trends will update automatically based on the code and based on the criteria. So if you're not familiar with Trend Graphics, or if you are and you're not sure where to actually go to access Trend Graphics, start at your home page, go to My Tools. You'll see you have a bunch of options here. You have all Drysdale Edge, Resource Center, relocation guides, quick links, trainings, Trend Graphics, and presentations. Oh, there's Trend Graphics. I'll go ahead and click on that. So it has the broker edge portion for the managers and our broker. And then it has the market report portion, which will automatically sign you in. You'll be able to create a report right there. You'll click on this post to web here. Follow those steps once you've filled out all the proper criteria. Follow those steps here to post to web. It'll lead you to get the code that we talked about here. No expiration date. Keep the template simple. Okay, I'm going to click Continue to generate a post-to-web HTML code. At the bottom here, I scroll down, go to Continue. Make sure you have read and agreed to the terms of the use policies. Click Continue again. 2 steps. Boom, and there's my code. There's also a link here. So you can take that link and share that with your clients, share that with family, share that with friends, share that with whoever you want. But the code, I just copied that, and then that's the code that I pasted right here. So I wanted to show you that. I'm going to go ahead and go back home. And let's see if anybody has any questions. We will have written instructions on this, and you will be able to watch this video back. So let's say, since we have a little time here, let's say I wanted to get rid of that, right? Well, you can easily just click on the little trash can next to it, and it's gone. All right. Now you also notice you have the draft section. So once your page is created, it'll show up in this draft section. All right, then you can go, again, like we did before, grab the hyperlink, copy it, and put it wherever you want. If I want to put it under my links. Most important thing here, make sure that it's published. Saving and publishing are 2 different things. So saving it puts it in your drafts. Publishing it makes it to where you can add it into any of these tabs. All right. Check the attributes of the page, see what's going on there. And you can check the notifications. I can quickly see right here all the ones that are published. So this will be very important for you here. And try not to get rid of any of these, but you can always add things under the My Links or under any of these tabs if you would like to. And with that, I will wait a few minutes. And if there are no questions, no comments, no concerns, we will close down this session. Make sure your contact information is all filled in. Very important. When your clients or anyone that you want to show your website, have them log in here. This is for your client login, not for agents. Obviously, you can check the open house here. You can go ahead and make sure your telephone number is in there, your email address. So if anybody does need to contact us, contact tech support. It sends an email, it goes into our ticket system, and we're able to help you with whatever issue you're having. Just remember, your AC is your first line, okay? And we are there to back up your AC. The AC is there also to back us up. We're all one team, all helping each other. We're all Drysdells. So we're going to help out the ACs. ACs are going to help out us. And between those two, we're going to make sure that you don't have to focus on tech needs. What you have to focus on is your job. So if there are no other questions, I would say thank you all very much. Come on back next week. Can't wait. It'll be the same bat time, same bat channel, 2 p.m. Check your company calendar. That is where in your agenda section, you will have your calendar, and then you have a company calendar. Check that company calendar, see what is going on. There's going to be a lot of things going on. The future looks bright for us. So we'll see you next week. Thank you all very much.